It's me, Mistletoe. Howdy, friends. How are you doing today? I'm having a pretty hamsterific day. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about our hamster homes. My dwarf hammy friends and I have come together for this adventure so we can share some important things with you.
Hi there, I'm Mr. Hamster. As Mistletoe said, today we hammies are all coming together so that we can share some important things with you regarding our hamster homes. See, we've been coming across a lot of negative comments recently regarding hamster homes, and we just absolutely hate seeing people getting bashed online because they don't have their hamsters living in super duper gigantic houses. So we want to share with you what our family considers adequate hammy living quarters.
Hello, I am the one and only Star. Mr. Hamster is my dwarf hammy brother, and Mistletoe is our surrogate mama. We call her Mama Mistletoe because she is the queen hammy in our family. So anyway, in our family we have just us 3 hamsters, but we also have 2 guinea pig friends and a rat friend. We all share one large bedroom, however. There's only so much space, especially when you have to have special floor space for playtime.
Yes, so because space is limited, despite us having our very own bedroom, and since there's so many of us, we unfortunately cannot all have such gigantic houses. But we all do have plenty of space in our homes. We all get all the time we want to play in our play areas. And most importantly, we are all extremely, truly happy, healthy and safe. We're only going to discuss our hammy homes here though. So, for me, I am a Syrian hamster, therefore, I have the largest hammy house. I live in a 40-gallon breeder tank. This means my house is wide and long enough. Some people make the mistake of thinking some other tanks are more roomy just because they are a larger gallon.
Right, but that's not always the case, as most of the time, the tanks only become larger by height. But we're not making our houses unsafe, so extra height doesn't always mean better. Some people think taller tanks are better, and they build their hammies home to have multiple levels. But we have found these types of homes to be unsafe, and we do not suggest them, as your hammy could fall and hurt themselves. Now some people may think falling into a pile of bedding would be okay because bedding is typically soft, but that's wrong.
Yes, because a hammy could still get hurt falling into a pile of bedding, or they may not fall into a pile of bedding and may hit something else in their house, which could possibly even cost them their life. So we definitely do not recommend having levels in a hammy home.
In my house, I have a foraging home and a table for my sand bath, but they are both carefully placed in my house so that I can safely climb down right back in my bedding without having to worry about falling or anything. Mama makes sure I can safely get on and off these items, and if I think they are too high, I'm not shy to tell her and she will fix it.
By the way, I'd just like to point out that we all got rad new heart-shaped food dishes and sand baths. Though, Mistletoe didn't have hers in just yet at the time we recorded this.
Your mama is collecting all kinds of new stuff for us for all the different holidays. She needs stuff for St. Patrick's Day still, but we for Valentine's Day, Easter, Halloween and Thanksgiving covered. Christmas is covered too, but Mama has plans to get more, I'm sure.
Yeah, I have my heart-shaped sand bath in my house now, but I didn't have my food dish changed yet when I recorded this for you. See, I wanted to pick out all of my favorite food pieces first before Mama dumped my food dish out, so I asked her to leave it alone for the night. But the next night she changed it and I love my cute little heart dish. Too bad we didn't have all the Valentine's Day or Easter stuff she just got us when it was actually Valentine's Day or Easter. But that's okay. Okay, so in my home, as I mentioned, I have a table with my sand bath on it. I got my foraging house. Of course, I have my water bottle, food dish, my wheel, and my Heidi house. Oh, and I also have a ceramic strawberry for foraging too. Now, depending on our theme, so depending on the holiday or season, we may have more stuff. Duh. I also have a cork mat for my food area, and I have plenty of chew toys and whatnot. You can't see all of my toys. There's actually very many, but I enjoy burying them and moving them around.
My new sand bath is my favorite so far.
For sure. Our new sand baths and food dishes rock. Mama says when it's summer, we'll be changing our sand baths again, and she swears we are going to be super thrilled with our sand baths then. So I'm eager to find out. By the way, we all have several lava blocks, which are always beneficial because we can chew them or walk on them, which can help keep our teeth and nails trimmed.
As you can see, I love running on my wheel. I know a lot of people be getting nasty with people on the internet when they see someone's hammy home looking like they don't have 6 inches of bedding in their homes. But as nice as it is to have plenty of bedding to make my burrows in, it's important not to have much bedding around my wheel because otherwise it won't move as easily. I suggest everyone do as I've trained our human mama to do, which is to pack down the bedding around your hammy's wheel and spin it before they go back to their house so you know for sure if it spins easily. I can't stress it enough. It's very important. I'd also like to point out that the larger your hammy home is, the better when it comes to width and length, but your hammies will be just as happy, healthy, and safe living in a house my size. For Syrian hamsters or for dwarf hammies.
A 20-gallon tank for dwarf hammies is sufficient. Just don't ever put a hammy in anything smaller than a 20-gallon tank. Dwarf hammies should be in at least a 20-gallon tank, but if you can go wider and longer, then go for it. Syrian hamsters should be in at least a 40-gallon breeder tank, and make sure it is a breeder tank because breeder tanks are wider. You want wider and longer, not always taller. Now we'll probably get our mama some crud from haters for her having us live in such small quarters, as some might consider our houses to be. But our tanks, we promise you, are absolutely a perfect size for us. We have plenty of room for everything we need, and our wheels are also hides. Though, we also enjoy burrowing under our cork mats. Depending on our theme, we will occasionally have more foraging hides and toys and whatnot, but we always have everything we need.
Yes, we all always have everything we need. Let's test your hamster essentials knowledge. What do all hammies need to have in their homes?
If you answered water bottle, food and food dish, wheel hide, or wheel that is also a hide, toys and shoes, and of course, a sand bath with Caribsia Supernatural's aquarium sand, then you are correct.
Star is correct. Those are the absolute, non-negotiable essentials for all hamsters. Having extra foraging houses and whatnot are nice, but not absolutely necessary though. We hammies always appreciate them. Anyway, leave us a comment and tell us what your family considers to be adequate hammy living quarters and share with us what your family considers to be hamster essentials. We feel every family has their own ways and there's nothing wrong with that as long as everyone is happy, healthy, and safe. I just want to point out though that there is one major mistake a lot of people make with their hamsters, especially first-timers. Basically, any so-called hamster cage or home typically sold in a pet store is never adequate for even the smallest of hamsters. Tanks are absolutely the only kind of home for hamsters as far as we see it. There are many reasons typical pet store hamster cages are not sufficient.
Indeed, Mistletoe, and since we're about out of time, we'll just tell you that the main reason typical, so-called hamster cages, are not sufficient is because they are never big enough, and the accessories they come with are never big enough either. We can get into this issue more another time, but for now, we'll leave you with this thought. How would you feel being locked in a tiny box? Because that's how hamsters feel in tiny homes. Think about that last thought. Seriously.
Thank you for listening to us, Hammies, and please be sure to join us tomorrow morning for a hamsterific maze adventure with all of us. Also join us next week as we celebrate our rat friend's birthday and gotcha day, as well as one of our guinea friends' belated birthday.
Thank you again for watching. Please give Mistletoe Mr. Hamster and Star a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Have a hamsterific weekend.